Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone. I'm Jason Salzman.
And I'm Neely Soodle.
And you're watching your #1 source for Native American television news.
Native News Today.
And we want to wish everyone out there a happy new year. Hope you had a safe New Year's Eve, everybody. Getting ready now, and we are in 2015. So exciting.
I know. I can't believe a whole year went by so fast.
That's so fast. And that's why, you know, when we were talking about putting the show together around this time, we wanted to make sure and get all those great stories. And we even had to bust it into 2 parts. And now today you're going to get part 2.
I know. And we have a lot jam-packed for you in this 30 minutes. So we want to get right to it. And some of the things we're going to see are...
Yeah, some of the things we're going to see are some of the biggest things that happened throughout the last half of the year, including the Muskogee Adolwa Festival, all the hard work you guys did up there. We're going to take a look at some of the things that we partnered with our educational institutions, a UFC champion even on the show today. So it's going to be really cool. Lots of things going on out there. And then we'll be really excited to get into all the new things we'll be doing in this new year too.
That's right. And a lot of it has to do with some of the progress that we've made and kind of carry on some of that success that we've built on.
Absolutely. We're going to have some exclusive things coming up in the next few weeks. You don't want to miss it. You definitely don't want to miss this show either. So take a quick break with us as we go to our first commercial. We'll be right back with Native News Today.
Momesh Harishongigo Imongin Hobidagi Ani Omaga Bomaha Hoye Imongin Oma Bonchomegigosh. For more information about Muskogee language preservation, please call us at 918-732-7724.
Bumagasham Gadat Ibufanga Nage Adigat Bunhayadi Omega Ajayidet Omis.
Diosnuk, that's true. Throughout the generations, our elders have taught us to preserve, share, and more importantly, protect the abundant natural resources we have here in Oklahoma. We are the original environmentalists and protector of these resources. The Muskogee Creek Nation believes tribal and state governments must work together to ensure future generations will have clean air and clean water as the ultimate legacy. What is good for Oklahoma tribal nations is good for all Oklahomans. Remember, tribes are truly the original Oklahomans.
There's a story I heard hundreds of times growing up. The story about the day my grandpa disappeared. I grew up in a world of songs.
I always think of the songs really being the spirit of something. There's a story.
They are the same songs our ancestors sang on the Trail of Tears.
They carry the grief, but they also carry this great love that works the same way at death.
There was one little drop of blood on the back fender. And his glasses was on the dash. And no sign of him.
As they searched, you could hear these songs echo through the forest.
I didn't realize what that would lead me to. A whole rich story of American music history that had never been told. What would you say is the first American music?
Our histories are not written, they are spoken through stories. They are told through our songs.
I want to talk to that man, but he's gone. He's gone somewhere.
When we sing these songs, we're waking up God.
I pledge to embrace and educate offenders in an effort to stop their abuse.
I pledge to all women to love them, protect them, and teach them that violence does not belong in our communities and is not our tradition.
I pledge to take full responsibility for myself and the women and children of the Muskogee Nation.
I pledge to work courageously and audibly to fulfill this pledge for the rest of my life.
And welcome back to Native News Today. I'm your host, Neely Soodle, alongside with Jason Salzman. The first story that we want to revisit, it takes us back to July in sunny California, to the Native American Journalism Association, and we came back pretty happy.
Yeah,
on that
absolutely.
One.
Lots of awards won out there, and you know the NAJA conference is a great time every year because you get to catch up with some people, and really, I don't want to say you just cast all your cares on your colleagues, but Native journalists are unique. We have unique challenges covering our tribes, so it's neat to be able to talk to the other ones and see what they do and see the inherent, obstacles and things like that we come up with and working with what we have. So it's a great way to sort of get there and share ideas, but also learn about new things too. And that's one of the great things about the NAJA conference every year, in addition to all the awards we brought back at Muskogee Media. So sunny Santa Clara, California, what a great weekend that was.
We're here at the 2014 National Native Media Conference in Santa Clara.
Native journalists and those covering tribal news across the globe gathered in the Bay Area last week for the Native American Journalists Association's big event.
This year we're partnering with Vision Maker Media and Native Public Media and of course Native American Journalists Association. This is our event, so we're really excited this year for our 30th annual.
As always, the conference focus is on new media techniques and the impact that they have in covering our tribal communities.
Our theme this year again is going to digital. So that again is melding our past, and of course we always bring our culture into our reporting as news people and media professionals. So that comes with us, and it will continue to be with us through the future of journalism and the way that we're reporting. That's what's changing, and so that theme is really what the conference was built around this year, was our traditional print journalism coming into the new era of social media and how that's changing the way that we report on things. And as you mentioned, some of those items that have, or news items that have been around for so long, such as the mascot issue, are really seeing some new traction with social media. Because, I mean, as you know, it's been around for, 20 years we've been fighting, and especially NAJA as an organization has been, in the fight against Native mascots, for instance. So they really, especially the younger generation that uses social media, they're big Twitter users, the big Facebook users, have really rallied around this cause, and we've gotten more press around it now more than ever because of social media, I would say. So we're recognizing that and kind of adjusting our strategies as media professionals.
We really value this experience. Every year we all try to make it to the NAJA conference. This is a time when we can stay up to date on all of the latest trends in Indian country and Native media in Indian country. We get training in all facets of journalism, and we really appreciate all of that NAJA does.
A big topic this year was Native free press and tribal media's vital role in maintaining transparent government.
We are big advocates for free press in Indian country, and for me personally, this has been a chance to really work toward strengthening that NAJA legal helpline, also strengthening the free press initiatives in Indian country for the free flow of news and information. Most of Indian country does not have a free press with their tribal nations, so this has been a huge opportunity for us to research that with all the different tribes, to get all of our own experiences out there, because we do have a free press at the Osage Nation. So, and also the tireless work from all of the board members, getting this conference ready, trying to increase the membership, trying to reach out to all the Native journalists in the country to let them know that we are here for them. We are an outlet for support. And also we help other tribal nations by letting them know where there are freelancers, where there is help and support in other parts of the country that are by them. So it's been a really great opportunity, and NAJA works really hard for Indian country.
This is our big event of the year. We do have some other smaller gatherings that are more regional in scope throughout the year, but this really brings together not even just journalists from the United States. We have representatives here from Canada, all the way from Australia. So people come from all over the world to attend this and to, interact and be part of this great experience that, again, one of the highlights I would say is for our tribal media members, and that again is a big key audience for NAJA is our tribal media members working for their tribal newspapers. But again, our members are composed of tribal media. We have people working in national media outlets, and all of those are recognized here at the conference, and there's something for everyone, really.
And what a great time that was. It's always so fun with NAJA, and this next year, I think it'll be coming a little closer inland, maybe you would say, closer to the Midwest. So we'll have fun at that one too, and a lot of good times that'll be had. So
hopefully a lot of entries.
Yeah, absolutely, a lot of entries for the Native Media Awards, and just lots of good things from there, but lots of good things also, the Creek Nation partnering with different institutions, and that's been something that's happened over the years a lot at Bacone College.
That's right. They had some roads that needed some work on, and Muskogee Creek Nation, the Transportation and Roads Department picked up and then helped pave the way there.
Hey, nice pun. Yeah, absolutely. They did help pave the way. It's one of the great things that they've done, and we've covered them a lot throughout the last year. Not only the Creek Nation of the putting boots on the ground and really doing the work, but also funding these projects. It's a great thing, and it's always nice to be able to spotlight Bacone.
Well, actually, it's a momentous occasion for Muskogee Creek Nation. We're at Bacone today, dedicating a new road onto the campus that we were privileged and honored to be able to do. As you know, Bacone has a very strong history with Muskogee Creek Nation, and for the opportunity to join in partnerships to improve the campus of Bacone certainly is something that we were looking at, and the National Council appropriated the money for us to be able to provide smoother streets for Bacone's campus. I use an analogy of how in life and even entertainment and education sometimes the roads is kind of rough, and hopefully with smoother streets here at Bacone, it'll encourage our students to come and be a part of what Bacone offers and to attain an education. I think it's important. I believe that we've proved at Creek Nation education is a priority, and now we have many of our people that's returning home to be a part of what's happening at Creek Nation. Well, not only with Bacone, I think anytime you can join partnerships to improve and enhance the lives of our tribal members, and whoever we can join in partnerships with to be able to do that is always going to be something that we want to look at.
It's a special relationship, and it's a pleasure. We have had great relations with the Muskogee Nation. The work to get this project, almost $1 million, this project, to get it in, get it completed. It's been wonderful for us, wonderful for the school. It's lifted everybody here. And there were some difficulties. There were water runoff issues, sewer line issues. It was not an uncomplicated project, but we got through it. We got through it smoothly, and here we are. It's launching other projects. I think as you upgrade a facility like Bacone College, one upgrade leads to another. One gets others interested in building the place. just this fall, we're putting $50,000 into a rehabbed building that will become our Renard Strickland School of Tribal Law and Criminal Justice. That program, 148 students here in that program, and it will now have its own office and building area. That work is starting shortly and will be completed by this fall and will be in use this fall. That's one example. I'll give you another example. Tulsa Bone and Joint last week agreed to contribute $20,000 for a training facility. So we're upgrading. We'll have a top-notch training facility over with our athletic, as part of our athletic buildings. So those are two things that are happening immediately. And if I can be a little long-winded, we are looking at seeing if we can finance the construction of a 400-bed dormitory and cafeteria to be placed right here on our campus. In fact, right on the grounds in this area. We currently have a dormitory and cafeteria, but it's way off at the far end of our college. We want to get everything right here on campus, right on our grassy hill here, including dealing with our curriculum and making sure that we adapt our curriculum to meet Muskogee Nation needs for their students. We're also talking with the college, which is looking to get certification as a 2-year college. We, of course, are a 4-year college, and we are looking at programs where we can take graduates after those 2 years at the Muskogee College and have them come here for the 3rd and 4th years. These discussions are ongoing right now.
All right, great feature there, and it's always a wonderful partnership to cover. You know, Neely, believe it or not, back a few months ago, a UFC champion of the world stopped into Native News Today and wanted to visit with us and talk about his Oto heritage.
Oh, wow. You know what? I missed that. And I have to say, he is part Kiowa, too. So.
Yeah, okay. We actually, shameless Kiowa plug there. No, definitely. He talks about, too, but the reason that we were, visiting with him is he recently took a trip to the Oto tribe. And basically they had him up there, presented him with all these gifts. You'll see it in the story, but he's got such a reception to the history of it and things like that, and really reconnecting. I talked about how it was something with his father, and he's an Arquequita, so that's known here in our area too. Mm-hmm. That's a name that we've worked with and things like that before. So it was great to go visit with him and see just how excited he is, not only to go and connect with that, but to also share it with the youth and things like that. And champion of the world, Johnny Hendricks.
Mixed martial artist Johnny Hendricks has many titles. UFC fighter, 4-time All-American, 2-time national champion wrestler at Oklahoma State. Oh, and that one title he added earlier this year.
Johnny Big Rig Hendricks! Johnny Hendricks is the champion!
But the new welterweight champion of the world will tell you one of his most important titles is being a citizen of the Oto Missouri tribe. Recently, the champ stopped for an autograph signing in Tulsa during a big UFC event, and he talked with us about his recent visit to his tribal headquarters and an exciting new sponsorship opportunity.
The idea came about through the Oto tribe. They have American Loans, and they came out to me and said, "Hey, we know you're an Oto, and we'd like to sponsor you." And so, of course, I've always wanted to represent my tribe, and so they were able to get together and bring me up to the reservation. And so whenever I went there, being Native American, my dad has always been prideful of the Native American society, the traditions and all that kind of stuff, and my grandfather is an Arquequita, and that was, if they had chiefs, he would have been in that category. So he was very prideful as well. So now that I'm actually get to represent the Oto Missouri tribe, I'm super excited, and to be able to go back, see sort of where my native blood comes from, to see that they were the Buffalo tribe, that they moved all over. They didn't move down here; they got forced down here, and I knew that stuff, but I didn't know that they had about a 5-state spread that they would travel, and they'd always follow the buffaloes, and learning little stuff like that is always cool to see, your history.
Hendrix always knew he wanted to work with his tribe. It was just a matter of perfect timing.
It never was right. You know what I mean? There's always this, there's always that. You know what I mean? And finally our paths intertwined, and I'm very grateful for that. You know what I mean? Just super excited that, you know, again, it always goes back to your roots. You know what I mean? Who gets to sit there and say they get to represent a group of people and be the sort of spokesman for that? And I'm very grateful that they chose me.
Johnny recognizes his high-profile status in the wildly popular UFC, and he embraces the opportunity to be an example and a leader for the Native community.
That's what I want to be. I want to be a guy who motivates. You know what I mean? I want to be somebody that they can look up. How do I carry myself? How do I represent myself? How do I represent my tribe? How do I reach these young kids that are growing up and tell them, hey, nothing's too high, nothing's too unreachable. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things that they, you know, there's a lot of things in society these days that tell you, hey, it's okay to stay behind. No, I want them kids, you know, I want these kids to grow up, shoot for the stars, be that next person, be the person that can change the outcome of their life's generation. You know what I mean? Their kids, and that's what I want to be. I want to be those guys and get back to the American way where, hey, you want to go out there, you strive to be the best, and do everything you can to be that.
Johnny Hendrix!
And a great story there with Johnny Hendrix, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to do that story.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was a lot of fun, and he's a great guy, so he'll be back in the saddle before too long.
I hope so. Yeah. And another story that we want to share with you, a big and a great time, festive time in Washington, D.C. at the Muskogee Adolwa Festival. There are a lot of things that we came back, a lot of, you know, and we also had some sad times there too as well.
And you know, that's what we'll think about. And that's what memories are about, you know, and having shows like this and to look back and think about what we were doing at that time. And remember the Adolwa Festival from 2014, it was so wonderful, but yet also, as you said, the great sadness with the passing of Bob Hicks and everything that went along with that and the timeliness of having the play there. It was just something that will definitely be burned into our memories forever. And so we had to show it this week. We had to show it as part of our best of because it was a wonderful weekend. It's nostalgic to look back on it now, but what a great thing for the Muskogee Creek Nation.
We're actually here at the National Museum of the American Indian, which is located on the Mall here in Washington, D.C. We are celebrating a 3-day festival, kind of in recognition of Native American Heritage Month. And what it is we come and we fill the museum. We have ceremonial dances, just regular dances with the ceremonial guys, and also hymn singers, and we have artists and artisans over here, and all the departments are represented. So we just get everyone a real taste of what's going on with Creek Nation and kind of share our heritage and our culture with some of the visitors here in Washington. We wanted to make sure that we embrace the entire museum, not just the first floor. And there's actually meaningful things on every floor. with the museum staff here, and they recognize that we put a lot of effort and a lot of time into planning this and making it a really nice event. So every other year, this is our second time to do it, and hopefully we'll be able to continue this in the future. It's a rare opportunity due to the fact that there's a lot of other tribes in the United States, and they actually ask us. Hopefully we continue to do this in the future, and we just keep making it better and better.
And that will wrap up our Best of 2014 Native News Today. Looking forward to 2015. So excited around here for all the things to come. And Neely, it's been great bringing you on, and I'm sure that you're kind of getting to where it's just like second nature, and we're ready to go now with the new year.
That's right, and that is part of a big news that happened in 2014, with a new look and, a lot of new things going on with this show. So I'm really excited to be here. Yeah,
and that's part of it, turning over a new leaf, looking to the future, and doing the show in 2015. We've as we've alluded to, like in the past a couple weeks, that we're going to have some big news regarding the show. Maybe some from our friends out there statewide in Oklahoma is going to love to hear about that. And we're really going to push and get everybody out there on the know on what we're doing with this program and all the great stories that we're telling. I think people that need to see this. That's right. And if there are some stories out there that you want to know or want to see, we'd be happy to take some comments from you. So you can always get on our website and then Facebook and then let us know some of your comments and story ideas. Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to just create extra work for Jared by having him put the graphics at the bottom of the screen there. We want you to contact us. Me and Neely want to hear from you. We want to hear those stories, and email us, call us, whatever, and definitely connect with us through social media. We have our Facebook page, our Twitter page. We have things going on YouTube. That's basically our online channel. You can access that from the Creek Nation homepage. We're all over the place. Yeah, that's right. And one thing we want to pass along here in this new year is the second chief election coming up. So coming up, definitely. Definitely want to get out there and vote and tell the rest of the Creek citizens to get out and vote. As you said, January 10th. Yep, coming up very soon. So everybody out there, have a great 2015. Stay right here with us all throughout the year. For everybody here, let's make it a good one. Bye-bye.